Today is October 30th. It's finally time. I'm flying from Tokyo Narita to Newark Airport in New Jersey on my way to the New York City Marathon. As I explained in my last video, I didn't get in through the lottery this year, and my time last season wasn't enough for a guaranteed entry. So this time, I joined an official marathon tour, though I booked my flight and transferred myself, so I am flying out one day early and here in the Narita airport all by myself. Of course, once I said I'm going to New York, my whole family decided to come too. Financially, let's just say it hurts. And everyone's on a different schedule. My daughter is even flying in after race day. I'm still not sure why. I landed at Newark International Airport, and from here, I'm taking a taxi into Manhattan. I am now in Manhattan. My hotel is right next to Grand Central Station. Convenient and classic New York. It's October 31st today, and I am here for the Expo at Jacob Javits Center to pick up my bib. This is where I meet the other runners from the tour group who had arrived a day later than me. The Expo is massive, energy everywhere, people from all over the world. All here for one reason, to run New York. I woke up before 4:30 a.m. and boarded the ITO tour bus at 5:30, heading to Staten Island. Good morning from Staten Island. It's race day, November 2nd finally. It's not as chilly as I thought. It's probably about 10 degrees with this good sunlight. I've got my DIY poncho made from dry cleaning bags. Not exactly stylish, but it keeps me warm. Breakfast was a simple rice bowl bento prepared by the tour. But since eating on the bus wasn't allowed, I waited until we arrived at the start village to eat.
Sind jetzt offen. Bitte gehen jetzt zu den Ihnen zugehörigen.
hurry, don't be shy. You can get that energy level going. Let's make some noise. On your mark. And we are officially underway with Queensboro Bridge.
The New York City Marathon starts on Staten Island, right at the base of the Verrazano Narrows Bridge. Since I was in the pink start, my race began on the lower deck of the bridge, not the most scenic place to run a world major marathon. But at least the elevation changes are gentler down here. The incline on the Verrazano wasn't as steep as I expected, but it felt incredibly long, almost endless. And because spectators aren't allowed on the bridge, the opening stretch is amazingly quiet, silent except for footsteps and breathing. It's a strange calm before the storm. Coming off the bridge, we enter Brooklyn, and everything changes instantly. After the 5-kilometer point, the pink stream merges with the blue and orange runners, and suddenly the road becomes a river of people. The early part of Brooklyn runs on wide avenues with a center divider, so at first, the cheering is surprisingly orderly. But even with the order, the sound grows. Music gets louder, voices get stronger, and the energy starts rising from both sides of the street. One big difference from Japan is the aid station. There are no trash bins. Everyone just throws their cups onto the road, so the course quickly becomes covered in paper. It looks chaotic, but the volunteers hand drinks directly to you, which is actually nicer than grabbing cups off the table. After the 10-kilometer mark, the crowd becomes less controlled. As for the Gatorade, it's not exactly my favorite, but that's the New York City Marathon for you. By the time I pass the 8-mile sign, all order is gone. Spectators spill into the road, leaning in, shouting, sometimes blocking the way entirely. At one point, the runners actually had to stop because the crowd pushed too far into the course. And the sound, it's loud, really loud. The cheers are mostly this long, high-pitched, woo, woo, rather than actual words. It's wild, only in Brooklyn. Another thing you notice, New York has no pedestrian overpasses like we do in Tokyo. So people who want to cross the street, well, they just cross it. I almost ran into 3 of them. An elderly woman pushing a shopping cart, a man walking his bicycle, and a woman pushing a baby stroller. Eventually, the course reaches the Pulaski Bridge, and we quietly climb into Queens. Like Verrazano, the bridge is peaceful, no spectators, and right at the top is the half marathon mark.
Looking strong, Emma. You got this, Nick. Let's go.
Queens has a very different atmosphere. The cheering is less about screaming and more like warm, traditional encouragement. Still, the number of spectators is incredible. Walls of people on both sides. Then comes one of the toughest parts of the course, the Queensboro Bridge. Halfway across the bridge, my right shin started to cramp. I slowed down just a little and barely managed to prevent a full cramp. But when I came off the bridge around the 26-kilometer mark, my legs were basically done, completely empty. From there, it became a cycle of running, walking, running, walking. Clearly, my training wasn't enough. I saw some Japanese supporters too, which gave me a brief lift, but my legs didn't care. They were finished. Crossing the Willis Avenue Bridge, we enter the Bronx. Where the cheering has its own unique vibe. And my legs were suffering, deeply suffering. Then we crossed the Madison Avenue Bridge back into Manhattan. and Manhattan's crowds feel the most orderly. Still loud, still massive, but somehow more controlled. Around East 90th Street, the course enters Central Park. And inside the park, the cheering never stops. Both sides of the road are packed. The noise is constant, but my legs keep failing, so I continue the cycle of running and walking. When 59th Street comes into view, I get a small boost of energy. I also know my family might be somewhere along this stretch, so I couldn't walk. I had to keep running. But honestly, the crowd was so dense and the noise so overwhelming that I couldn't spot them at all. At Columbus Circle, the course dips back into Central Park. I thought the finish would be right around the corner, but it's actually still a long way. A painful long way. And then finally, the finish line appears. Pure relief. My time was disappointing 4 hours, 20 minutes, and 10 seconds. Not even close to breaking 4 hours. I bowed to the course. Some tradition Japanese follow to show respect to the course. But the medal, the New York City Marathon medal, is heavy, gorgeous, and incredibly satisfying to hold. It surprised me how substantial it feels. I picked up my recovery bag. Then my poncho. A warm, fleece-lined, surprisingly premium poncho. That's almost a symbol of finishing this race. Seeing hundreds of runners wearing the same orange poncho is a spectacular sight. And returning back to Haneda. And just like that, my New York City Marathon was over. The time was terrible, but the experience was unforgettable. The cheering here even surpasses what I felt in Boston last year. If I get the chance, I'd love to run this incredible race again.